Well, howdy, folks. It's time for Beyond the Smoke Barbecue Talk. So grab your drink of choice and come gather around the fire as we talk all things Beyond the Smoke. Featuring pitmaster chats from all your favorite names in barbecue. We chat about competitions, pits, meats, and everything in between. From barbecue to grilling, from trimming to smoking, we got you covered. Got questions? Let us know. We're always happy to hear from you. Thanks for coming, friend. We're glad you're here. Now sit back, relax, and let's talk some barbecue. It's time to go Beyond the Smoke.
What's up?
What's up,
boys?
Fella?
Oh, it's another Monday. Getting windy.
Yeah, sure. Tell me about it, dude.
I guess it's that time of year.
I think it's supposed to be like 70, 80 mile an hour winds tomorrow.
Damn, dude, I gotta be on the field tomorrow. That sucks.
You actually got to be out there, bro? Damn.
Actually, dude.
You're going to fly drones in that shit, bro? Damn.
Hell no. What's up, Kevin?
What's up, Kevin?
No, I took some time off last week, and, man, I haven't been on the field in a minute, so we got some stuff going on out there, and some oxysides, and figured, I might as well go out there, right?
Yeah.
It shows a good day.
Right? Strong like bull. Hell yeah, bro.
Well, like I said, I've been here for over 20 years, and I won't get used to it, man.
And I think Friday was the worst I've seen since I've been alive that I remember.
What's up, Blake? Yeah, it was pretty bad.
No, it was bad. That was probably the worst that I've seen it. And all the accidents over there off of, in that area, man, it's pretty bad.
Bobby?
What's up, Bubba?
What's up, Bobby?
Man, there was, I think I passed a wreck, and I don't know if they were counting the cars that were on the car hauler or not, but they said it was a 30-car pile.
Steven? Yeah, it was bad, bro.
Man, it was. It took me 8 hours to get from here
CB
to Ballinger to San Angelo.
How many?
What up, CB? Yes, dang.
Damn. That's crazy.
Anthony, where'd you get those glasses at? Fucking Allsups or what?
Bro, I'll do you one better. Got the Mexican green Hornets over there at the Dollar General, bro.
$1.99. What's up, Rini?
What's up, Rini?
What's going on, Rini?
Rini has that class coming up here pretty quick.
Yeah, him and Caesar.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. How's y'all's weekend?
That wasn't bad. Got to cook again finally.
Finally, how'd that go?
A lot of sevens,
He goes,
and I don't understand why, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, no, you had some solid turn-ins for sure, man. For sure.
Yeah, it was. I felt good enough in brisket that when they started getting the top 5, I was like, "Oh, it's coming, it's coming." Nope. I wasn't even trying to be greedy. I would have been happy with the top 15 in brisket.
How many teams were out there? Where did you cook at, first of all?
I cooked in San Angelo at the Brews, U's, and Barbecue.
Okay. How long has that one been going on? Do you know?
I couldn't tell you. I think it's been going on for a while. But it seemed like a bunch of local cooks too, though. So
right on.
But a bunch of teams at San Angelo, local there. Got to hang out with old Daniel.
Yeah, I was gonna say that local.
Yeah, that some bitch.
Should have taken him an extra 6-pack.
Hey, he walked over to my trailer at 7:30, and I'm just talking to him, and it didn't click in my head. I look at him. He's sitting there already drinking cold beer. So I said, "Well, shit, I can't let you do that alone." So I went and got me one.
Dang.
There you go. There you go. What about you, Anthony? You cooked this weekend too, didn't you?
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, it felt like the Wizard of Oz, bro. I almost lost my consones over there in that motherfucking windstorm they had over there in Amarillo. But it was a Yellow City shootout, man. It was like 13 of us braved the storm, man, and got out there. I don't know if we crazy or what, but it was a good time. It turned out to be a good day on Saturday, bro. It wasn't too bad, man.
Nice.
So I ended up getting 5th place rib, 6th place chicken, which I was pretty stoked about, even though it was only 13 of us. I still middle of the field for me, And then my brisket tank, though, man, I was missing some seasonings. That's the only excuse I got, man. I had to try to make it work, but it just didn't work in my favor, man. There's some damn good briskets out there.
Hey, Steve.
And then I ended up with the 1st place pork, so that was really huge for me. So it was like I got a 5th place overall finish.
Dakota?
Not too bad,
dude.
Hey, there's the man right there.
What's up, Coda? Coda King over there, all grand, Mr. Grand over there.
He put on a pretty good clinic this weekend.
30 teams in San Angelo, huh?
Yeah.
Right on.
Got to see old Lance.
Well, Solomon says San Angelo's a Bermuda Triangle barbecue.
Yeah. Solomon.
And then Daniel St. Anthony making excuses.
Shit, bro. And you know what? It's all good, though, because I got these right here. It's all good. Shit.
Drinking that and some leprechaun piss.
Hey, Daniel was back there at awards.
Yeah?
He was sitting there at awards. They're calling ribs, get to top 5. He's like, man, shit, I didn't make it. I heard him say, man, shut the fuck up. Fucking 1st place damn rib.
Nice. Damn.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What's up? What's going on, George?
George.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Kyle? Did you do anything this weekend or no?
No, we were going to go to San Angelo, but that fucking wind came in, dude. Nah, fuck that. I'm not hauling that toy hauler down there in that 60, 70 mile an hour winds. That was bad.
I don't blame you, bro.
Man, you would have got like 30 miles to the gallon.
Shit. It was going sideways.
You'd be like, click your heels twice. Shit. Nah, I don't blame you, bro, one bit, man.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I was surprised when Anthony said that he was going up to Amarillo. That was the worst fucking part of it, dude.
Yeah, we left Thursday night, like at midnight. Well, yeah, 11. So yeah, 3-story camper. Yeah, it ain't no damn line. Yeah.
Daniel.
A castle on wheels. Yeah.
We were parked next to him somewhere, and he's like, he come over and told me, he goes, hey man, there's like water dripping off. I don't know if your swimming pool up there is splashing.
That was at Worlds.
Huh?
That's hilarious.
That was at Worlds.
Oh yeah, that was at Worlds.
That's hilarious. Well, cool, man. Good thing y'all made it back, and hopefully y'all don't fly out tomorrow. So the wind's coming back, so we'll see what happens.
Yep.
See what happens.
Fuck that.
Oh,
wind,
you better
bro.
put some rocks in your pocket.
No shit.
Oh, I'll be on the field, but I'll be in the truck. I ain't
Might
nobody
be worse, bro.
in the truck.
3-point contact, man. 3-point contact, bro. Be rolling out there like a pregnant lady and shit in the wind, bro. And my little top heavy, brother.
The problem with the being in the truck in the wind is that shit rocks, dude, and you can fucking fall asleep. That's the problem. Been in the oil field too long. So
Fucking I&E problems, huh?
Oh man. Anyways. So what do we got today, dude? Kyle, what do we got?
We got Mr. Chris Webb today. He just moved back over here to El Paso, so he fits right in with our West Texas month. So
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Daniel. Well, cool. Let's bring him in.
Right on.
Chris.
What's up, guys? How we
What's
doing?
going on, man?
bro.
Good.
Chilling,
Good.
having a little tequila. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Right
usually
on.
I should be drinking probably like an Irish car bomb or
There you go.
a stout. But I figure, man, I'm back in West Texas. I'm over here about 5 miles north of the motherland. So, man, I might as well have a little bit of G4 Blanco tequila, man. That's my
man.
drink of choice.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Right on.
CB says, what's up, Chris? CB had a big weekend this weekend.
Man, too big. He's back to back GC, man. I said, good Lord. I said, I hope he doesn't move to West Texas. We're all fucked.
Shit.
But yeah, man, just been chilling. We got back out here on Monday. My wife and I and our 2 dogs have moved back to El Paso. So I lived here, for those of you guys that don't know, I lived out here from probably not long, maybe 2016 to 2018 before moving to Denver. So my wife is from El Paso. She's from the Saragunda Barrio. She's proud to tell you that. And I'm a middle-aged white man from Alabama. So.
Hey, isn't all El Paso a barrio?
I mean, pretty much, sir. Yes, it is. It was funny. We had this street in Denver, and it's called Federal Boulevard. All right, and man, I used to have a business that was located on Federal because there's like the nice part, right, where the people that came in dumped some money, did some renovations. And, man, then there's old Federal. And I used to always bitch, man, it's nothing but fucking tire stores and fucking Yanta stuff, mattresses. You go get a quinceañera dress, you know, whatever you want. And now I was driving around today. I said, holy shit. I said, this whole town is freaking Federal Boulevard. But, no, dude, right. I do like it here. I'm happy to be back. I always did like West Texas, man. I like the Midland, Odessa area. I just like the desert, man. It doesn't bother me. The people are super cool. I can go to J-Town whenever I want. I can fly cheap out of J-Town. We're going to Mexico City in a couple weeks, and then to Tequila, and then going down to Puerto Vallarta. So
nice.
So
right on, man.
Make the best of it, and I'm excited to hopefully be cooking a lot more CBA, see more of you guys and the guys watching the show. So if you see me out there, man, come by, say hello, and tell me when it's tender. Okay, tell me. I'll probably push it a little bit farther. But yeah, I'm excited for that, and hopefully maybe get some CBA action down here in Southwest Texas. I don't think there's an event in obviously the El Paso corner of the state. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to bring some of that stuff to the city.
Nice.
And,
hell yeah.
Right on.
Barbecue.
Hell yeah.
Right on.
Does El Paso have they even had one? Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever heard an El Paso contest.
They
did.
I used to do the Bliss one, yeah.
Yeah, Fort Bliss.
Okay.
That was the year before I had moved down here. So I want to say that was more like 2015 or something like that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But I work on Fort Bliss as a government contractor there. So hopefully, and I'm a veteran as well as my wife too. So, man, hopefully I can bring some of that connection, in barbecue, as well as obviously being a veteran and now a federal employee. And then maybe we can bring it back, right? I mean,
it's definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought there was an IBCA cook-off over there last year.
The famous Dave stuff, right? Those,
the famous Dave.
Famous Dave,
Yeah.
But I think it was an IBCA too.
That is, they did do Famous Dave's. I did Famous Dave's, not this year, but the year before in Colorado Springs. And man, it was a fun event, dude. You could do ribs and I think chicken, and then there was an anything goes, right? Well, my philosophy was, man, it's a barbecue contest, right? Let's give them some barbecue. So my anything goes was a brisket.
Yeah.
But everybody else was doing like dessert and everything like that, trying to get cute. Their wives were out there doing all that. And so, man, I just ran it up the middle on them, you know what I mean? But the challenge is I was in Denver, and like Kyle, he took my class last month, and the higher elevation, as you guys know, man, it's hard to get I cook A9 briskets. It's hard to get an A9 brisket done because you couldn't even light the pit until 7, and then it was a 4-hour brisket. So I did that, and what was cool is you had to go up there and you had to pitch your deal, be like, hey, it was called $1 million brisket. That's what it was called. That's what I titled it. And then so what I did was I intentionally went last. Right, because there's a lot of gameplay, right, in barbecue, and especially on-site judging, etc. And I said, let me ask you guys. I said, Famous Dave's, you guys do barbecue, right? Like, yeah, of course we do barbecue. I said, so you don't do dessert? They're like, well, we do banana pudding and stuff. I said, but man, this is a barbecue contest. Let's give you some brisket, right? And man, they were Webb 3 first place. Everybody was like,
nice.
Yeah.
No, it was fun, but I was gonna do the one down here. It was earlier in the year, obviously, and then I'd signed up. My wife's family, they like to do that, and they like to eat, right? So everybody, in a traditional Hispanic family, right? They all want what? You got a plate? You got a plate? So I was gonna go down here and do it, but they changed it until August. I said, if you've ever been to El Paso in August, buddy, I ain't sitting in no parking lot.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Damn, Chase says there's a couple of them.
Dakota said he may have not been a little bit of brawler. Congratulations, brother. Nice work, man. Nice work.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony ordered one of them A9s, didn't you?
Yeah, sure did. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man.
You got some pointers for him, Chris?
Oh, on an A9?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I tell you what, just keep buying them. The more you buy, the better they get. So, Kevin Green always handpicked, right? But if you only cook 2 or 3 of them a year, I bet your handpick look a little different than mine,
Right. Definitely.
Tricks on A9s, man, they're a little gamey, right? They have a little bit different taste, right? But I always tell people, strain. Continue to run that au jus through that fat separator. And what I use those little garbage disposal traps, right? That catches all the food and stuff.
Right.
So I put that on top of my fat separator. So then if you notice, whenever you start to drain those A9s specifically, dude, it'll catch all that stuff. And I might run it in there 3, 4, 5 times just to make sure it gets that grease, because that grease is the game that you might be getting. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Right.
Pro tip right there.
That's a good point, man. Yeah.
Better write that shit down, Anthony.
I'll see y'all down.
The only thing, are they pretty forgiving?
Oh, dude, yes. You can beat the hell out of those things, man. I mean, they're hard. They're really hard to mess up. I cooked one down at the Houston Rodeo a couple of weeks ago, and talking about the difference in tenderness, from what I'm used to with KCBS versus like a Houston Rodeo or a CBA contest. It's like push it. I knew I had to keep pushing it, and man, it was tender, and I'll be honest, I thought it might have been a little bit over. But I had Manuel Moreno there giving me a hand and stuff like that, man. And I said I would have pulled this brisket 2 hours ago. You know what I'm saying? It was good. It didn't get a finalist, but it finished like 15th or something, you know. So I was still
right on. Yeah.
You know, anytime you can go somewhere like that, you know, with all those great cooks, and man, there's a lot of luck too, you know. But yeah, what an experience that was.
Nice.
Right.
What did you think about that A9, Kyle? I've never had one, so have you had one compared to what we're usually cooking over here?
Man, I don't know. I couldn't really tell the difference, I guess. He just cooked it a lot hotter, a little less fat on that motherfucker, and just rolled it in the drum. I mean, the tenderness I thought was right there whenever he cooked it in Denver, kind of what we're cooking here in Texas. But I thought it was pretty much, you know, you couldn't tell the difference really to me. But except for he hit that motherfucker a lot hotter and a lot harder.
Sam?
And I think too, I mean, it's like I've gotten to the point where whenever I call down there and I'm asking, you know, hey man, I'm asking for a brisket, you know, I'm asking them, man, I don't need it, you know, super white, you know, it's like, because sometimes I'll be honest, I think they can be too marbled, you know what I mean? And especially when you have these backyard judges and guys off the streets, right, man, they might not have ever tasted that, you know. So if we got 5 other entries on the same table, and one of these things doesn't taste like the other, who's the odd man out, right? I think as long as you nail that tenderness, you know, I think you'll obviously be good and the taste will go with it. You know, taste and tenderness are connected, right? I mean, I've never had a great bite of steak, right? Man, it could have been seasoned perfectly, but if it was fucking well done or man, it's going to throw your mind off, right? So if you nail that tenderness, man, the taste is going to come, it's going to ride right there with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Chase is asking where he can find an A9.
It's all right, Chase. You don't need to know. It's cool, man. We got it.
They're out.
Chase,
They're
the
sold
only
out.
place you can find an A9 is my freezer in my garage or the butcher shop out of Pensacola, Florida. So if you just go to butcher shop, message Mr. Kevin Green, man, I think they're worth one. And I tell you, you know, Joey Smith, he was so when I was at the Houston Rodeo, I was cooking under his foundation, right? The Texas Chrome Foundation. And he was cooking with a different team. Him and Mark Lambert were cooking with a Texas Social Club. So the reason they did that was because Texas Chrome didn't get that spot till late. So he'd already committed to cook brisket for Texas Social Club. And so he texted me, goes, hey, what will you get me a couple briskets? And I said, yeah. I said, you ever cooked an A9? He's like, nah, man, is it different? I'm like, yeah. I wouldn't cook my first one at the Houston Rodeo, I'll just say that. But man, he cooked it, and I want to say he got a 3rd or a 4th place brisket under Texas Social Club at the Houston Rodeo, first time cooking an A9.
Oh hell yeah,
man, they're freaking good, dude.
Nice. Well, we kind of jumped into it, Chris, but tell us a little bit about Bushmaster. How'd y'all get started and how long you been cooking?
Yeah, man. First of all, thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Actually started in 2018. So essentially the year I left El Paso. So I was in the military for a long, long time, and I was an infantry guy, and I was always getting deployed, and I was always doing stuff like that. So I'd always wanted to cook. I cooked a lot in my backyard. I did a couple contests when I was still active duty back in 2011. But I joined in a terrible time, right before 9/11 for the college money. And then the war kicked off, and I just kind of went. And I cooked my first KCBS contest in 2011, and I was an instructor at United States Military Academy, West Point. So I couldn't get deployed, so I finally had the opportunity to go out and cook. So, man, I did one under a team named Got Pork, Got Beer, because if you got pork and you got beer, you already won. So, but I did not win. I got hammered. But I had a great time, man. And I said, you know what? Whenever my service ends and I have the time to commit to this, I'm going to. So fast forward, I got out in 2015, and then I did some private security contract work for a couple of years in the Middle East, and then moved to El Paso. And I said, man, now I got no excuse, right? I got plenty of time. But as you guys know, man, there's not a lot of contests, in this area. So I did Lubbock Red Raider. I did a couple IBCAs, like I did the Crane, Texas event. I did a few others, but not a lot. And then my wife, she was still active duty, so she got sent to Afghanistan, right? So I said, man, you're the reason I came to El Paso. I said, if you're going to be over there in Afghanistan, man, I'm going to Denver, And from there, we started a company that I used to own called Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. So we had a store two in Colorado. We had one in Kansas City. We had one in Florida. And we have since, and that's really whenever I really was able to focus on it, right? Because that was my job, is to not only sell stuff, but go out and meet all you guys and be a great ambassador, not only of my business, right? But also the sport of barbecue, and to do it at a very, very high level, because no one wants to go to a barbecue store and listen to some guy tell me about something if you can't cook. So from then, man, I started cooking probably 25, 30 times a year. I think the most I ever did was
what's up, Manuel?
Maybe 2022. I think I did maybe 35 or something. Man, but I've had, some pretty good success, won some big ones and won a bunch of little ones too. So, that was kind of it. And I enjoy teaching people the art of barbecue, whether it's a competition class or whether it's just a conversation with a guy on my phone, man. You know how these things are. You can always gauge your worth in barbecue by how many messages you get. Sometimes, I'm like, shit, man, maybe I wasn't so good. But no, just being an approachable person, right? And then helping those folks and continue to groom and grow and man, just have fun, right? So we closed those businesses at the beginning of January. And man, I said, there's no real reason for me to stay in Colorado. Man, it's beautiful, but guess what? It's expensive. And I don't really do the Colorado stuff. Like, I don't go drink IPA beers on a ski slope, my black lab and my Patagonia shirt, So we had, my wife and I had built the house I'm sitting in now as an investment property probably 2 years ago. And man, the tenant just moved out, and I was like, hey, you want to go back, home? Her mom's, getting a little older and, having some health stuff. And we said, yeah. My background mentioning, private security and infantry stuff is I'm essentially a consultant to the United States Army now in the direct fire weapon system platform. So I basically facilitate training for the 1st Armored Division here at Fort Bliss. And man, I still get to do my part, as part of the team, but not being in the fight,
Right.
My years and years of experience through deployments and training, and then try to turn around this military that we have now and make them as lethal as we were 10, 15 years ago. Man, I can sleep good at night,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I'm excited to continue to cook. And I'm going to turn it on here real fucking quick. So I love it. Out of here.
Well, thanks for your service, man, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Man.
For sure, man. I've my family's military family, and all my friends were there. One of my closest buddy was on he was actually in the invasion on Abrams. So he told me all about that, and there's a lot of shit go down over there for sure.
Yes, sir. Yeah, those were the good old days.
Yeah,
back in Daddy Bush era.
Well, cool,
So,
man.
Do you only train the military, or do you do private trainings and shit like that too?
No, I just kind of do the military. As you guys know, man, you can only have so many hobbies.
Yeah.
I play golf and I do barbecue. So outside of that,
right on.
That takes up all my time. But what I will say is, obviously, we have a huge Border Patrol presence down here, obviously. But the Border Patrol, they do a lot of training on our ranges and installation. So it's always cool to see those dudes out there. You got some like 3-letter agencies, obviously doing some training out there. But those guys are pretty self-sufficient. So
yeah, for sure. Not trying to get too political, but have you seen a difference in El Paso and like everything that's been going on over there?
Yeah, I mean, I've only been back, obviously, a week, but I still have a lot of friends, down here. And some of them are just normal guys like us. Some of them do work for Border Patrol or even ICE. And I was talking to one of my buddies, and I asked him. I said, "Man, how's business?" And he goes, "Man, business is slow, brother." He goes, "Ever since they put the stop, to all this stuff," he said, all those fences are in zones, right? So this station might cover zone 1 through 50. This guy might do another. He said before, during the height of it, a year ago or whatever it was, 6 months, he said, man, they were getting, hundreds, even if sometimes thousands of people trying to infiltrate each zone. Damn. He goes, now, man, you might have 5 or 10 a night, man. He goes, it's easy. And my wife's family, they're from Central El Paso, so like downtown near the border highway. And they had, man, they said, they had a lot of stuff, and it wasn't necessarily, I think the Mexicans, but it was, the Venezuelans, it was, man, the Chinese.
Yeah, the Chinese.
But yeah, man, I think the city, it looks better than it has. So I think the efforts that they are doing they're doing their job.
Did you guys get hit last week with that fucking dust and wind and shit over there?
Bro. It's only whenever I'm moving like a flat screen TV, through the driveway. Man, I'm still picking dust out here. Yeah, we got hit pretty hard, man. And it was definitely annoying. It's kind of a welcome back, if you will. But yeah, it cleared up today for sure. We're supposed to get, maybe 30 mile an hour tomorrow, but then after that, I think it'll lay down.
Yeah.
Man, all my pits are covered in fucking shit, dude. Like
everything.
Dude, that sucks. I was gonna clean it too, and then
I got one of Bobby Delgado, his Quattro, his Shorty 2.0s.
Yeah.
And I had let a buddy borrow it, and man, this guy's crazy. He's back in Colorado. So I had him do this nice paint job on there and have my logo. It was branded. And I went out of town, and the guy's like, man, I think I want one. Will you let me borrow it for the weekend? I'm like, man, I cooked on it once. I'm like, yeah, brother, go ahead. Man, I come back. This dude had one of those weed blowers or weed blowers. Right? He put it inside the barrel, and my logo caught on fire from the exterior. And he sent me a photo, and it looked cool as shit because it had Bushmaster logo. It was all in fire. And then he obviously felt terrible about it. And he goes, hey, man, I'm going to make it right. And I said, all right, whatever, man. He goes, I'm going to get it painted for you. He goes, are you okay if I do a patina finish? I said, oh, yeah, whatever you want to do, man. I don't care. It's a drum. He makes great pits. They cook awesome, right? Yeah. And so he did this patina finish, and then now it looks rust, right? So now I like it because it sits outside. I can't tell I got any dust on it,
There you go. You don't have to keep up with the maintenance on it now.
Right.
I was going to say, shit, Bobby's drums fucking cook hot anyways. How hot did he get that damn thing?
Dude. It was not good. I'll tell you that.
Cooking at SAM temperatures.
Yes, sir.
So what's next for you?
So I'm going to be launching a new website on April 1st. So guys, follow me if you don't already follow me. Instagram, Bushmaster BBQ. Chris Webb, I'm more active on Facebook, but you'll see that, man, it's going to be really, really cool. So what I think it's going to obviously be focused on, I'm going to have a new seasoning coming out pretty soon and a new glaze as well, but you'll be able to buy brawler and 5-pound bags and your standard, 13.5-ounce shaker. Direct from me. I'll ship it straight to your door. We're going to have a lot of cool, fun stuff on there. We'll do like recipes. I'm going to kind of do like a blog deal. I'll also, when I was here the first time, I did actually worked at a barbecue store. So I don't know if you guys know this, but El Paso used to be a Yoder dealer. We sold gateways. I didn't own the company. I just managed it. But I would teach classes there. And just backyard stuff, you know what I mean? And had a good time there. But there's nobody doing that kind of stuff really in the city. So it was really a hit, So I'm going to kind of focus maybe a little bit on that, maybe some team building events. I'm going to pull it. I got San Maria, pull that out. Jambo be rolling, maybe even a gas grill, some of Bobby's drums, man, and just have a really, really good time, man. Just get people excited about cooking out here outside of,
right.
and, and
right.
But yeah, so I'm excited about that. I'm also actively looking for a building out here. And so everybody's like, what are you going to do out of the building? I'm like, man, whatever I want,
Right.
Mm-hmm. I just drink beer in there. I don't know, But what I think is maybe I even open up a little small retail store maybe. But I don't really have a real job, But, man, it's kind of open whenever I want to be there,
Nice.
Rent down here, man, is coming from the buildings that I had in Colorado at $10,000 and $12,000 a month.
Yeah.
Man, I can get a super cool place down here for, $1,500 to $2,000 a month, man.
Right.
I sell enough of Bobby's little drums down there, man. He'll pay the rent for me. You know what I mean?
There you go.
But yeah, just kind of stuff that you can't get, down here. I mean, there's nothing, unless you want a Fiesta seasoning or now Blues Hog, is in Walmart. But man, there's really nothing down here. So nothing where I'm gonna be selling grills and stuff like that, man. Just kind of a man cave, and a place to put my stuff. You know what I mean? Trophy room. My wife doesn't want this shit in the house, So, and if I get in trouble, I just throw a cot up in there, and man, we'll just spend the night. So.
There you go.
But we got that coming up. Hopefully, I got one building I have a letter of intent on, and then I'm looking at another one tomorrow. So hopefully, I'm in no rush. Hopefully, in the next 45 days, something will be moving. Some meats and stuff like that too. Prairie Fresh Prime, maybe some Snake River, Midland Meat Company, something like that. But all this is just, man, it's just up here, But the cool thing is I know how to do it. So, and it'll be really fucking cool. After that, we do have some contests coming up. I'm going to be going for sure to Ruidoso, New Mexico. So, not West Texas, but West Texas-ish. I cooked that contest back in 2019, dude. It's high elevation. It's a great mountain town.
Yeah.
I love it. I did really well at that last one. It was a double. I only cooked day 2. But I got my first 180 there. So, that was back, 2018 or 19. It was awesome.
Way back when, yeah.
And I think that's the contest in the state of New Mexico, so that should be an auto to the jack.
Mm-hmm.
They're paying 25 racks, so I'm always about that. Pat Green. Man, I forgot about that, dude. Wave on Waves coming back. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. I know a lot of Colorado people are coming. I know I was talking with Reagan from La Pasadena today. He's coming. Brad Leiniger, I know he's coming. Man, I think there's going to be some bangers out there. So if you're in the area, dude, it's 2 hours from me. Come see us.
Is that going to be at the Inn of the Mountain Gods or something, or where's that one at?
No, it's at the racetrack.
I think it's at the Billy the Kid, something like that. Oh, yeah, it is at the racetrack.
It's at the racetrack.
Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful out there, dude.
Oh, I love it, man. It's good, man. But don't sleep on that elevation. I think it's around 7,000 feet. So if you're not used to cooking that high, man, you better start them pits early.
Yep. I know we learned the hard way. Cooked on an offset up there. It was not fun.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of sketchy if you don't have a truck to pull a trailer that's going to hold it, too, because, man, that's pretty sketchy up there.
No, it definitely is. And also the weather, too, man. I mean, it's the first weekend of May, but not last year, when they had it 6 years ago, man, it was cold. It was had snow on the ground, I think, in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's a good time, and I think they're gonna have like a bourbon tasting or something like that. So
yeah,
it should be good for sure.
Cool,
Chris. What do you cook out of? Cook out of a camper or a Porsche trailer or what?
So funny. I sold I had a standard comp trailer. It was like I think like an 8.5 by like 20 or something like that, like a Porsche trailer. I had that for probably 2 seasons. Man, I loved it, right? And then I was like, man, that was my first comp trailer. I'm I'm a bad man under a 10x10, dude. I love it. Like I just like it, you know. I like being outside. I like seeing people. It makes me, you know, be a little bit more maybe aware of my surroundings. It makes me more in tune with my cook. I get lazy in there. I had TV, Wi-Fi, you know. But now I sold that trailer, and it's like building your first house, right? You know, once you build your first house, it's like, man, that was cool, but I would have done this different. And yeah, so I'll be designing a new trailer. But in the meantime, brother, I'm running on old 10x10, man. Just I don't even take a trailer.
Yeah.
I don't even take a trailer. I got one of them little handicap deals, you know, that go on my tow hitch, put 2 there.
Yeah, carrier. Yeah.
2 in the bed, man. And that's how I met Bobby and Kevin was in Alamosa. I rolled down there like that.
Nice.
They were like, man, where's all your shit? I said, this is it, baby. You know, hey, 3 first place later, I won that contest by 17 points. And
there you go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not how you get there, it's how you finish. That's right, bro. 10x10 gangster.
Hey, it's I don't know why, man. It's like I said, I'm dangerous. I cook better under a 10x10 than I do out of a $50,000 trailer, you know what I mean? But no, that's it. And then my wife and I are going to go to Temecula, California. The next week, maybe somewhere around there. And then we're also going to we were talking earlier, the guys and I backstage about Fort Stockton. So definitely going to go cook that, man.
Absolutely. It is. Yep.
Yeah. Fort Stockton's my nemesis from the last time I cooked it.
What happened?
Dude, one of the best briskets I cooked, and I was like second to last, I think. And that fucking brisket was really good. So I don't know. I don't know what happened.
What do you think happened?
Fuck, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no clue.
Cook it really shitty, bro, and it'll do better. You know what I mean?
I told these guys I'm gonna cook a select next time I go out there.
Cedar Park? Nah, man. No, I'm not going to Cedar Park. I don't know when you got on, but we're going to Mexico that week. So we're going to Mexico City. We're going to Tequila, obviously. And then we're going to go to Puerto Vallarta. But I would definitely be in Cedar Park if it wasn't for that.
Oh, right on.
Outside of that, I'm also doing Fort Davis, Jennifer Webster's contest.
Yeah.
I heard it's awesome. And anytime I have to sign up under a time crunch, man, I don't know if it's good or not, but there's 65 other people that say it's the shit, you know?
Yeah, no, it is. No, it really is. It's a great contest.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Truth be told, I'm only going for the Thursday night fish fry. I'll probably take but I'm there for the fish fry. And then if you guys don't know about this, the next weekend from Fort Davis, which I think is should be around the 15th, maybe 14th, 15th. There's this wonderful town in Montana called Absaroka. And I know Manuel's going to go there. I think Bobby might go. I think Jennifer and Joe Webster are definitely going to go. Man, it's KCBS. If you've never been there, I see Christina Graham is in there. Her and her husband, Carlos, they always come up there and cook it, man. It is by far my favorite KCBS contest ever. So if you can tie a couple weekends together, man, link up with me or Manny or one of these guys, man, we'll just convoy up there. It is badass and beautiful.
Hey, pick me up, Kyle, on the way.
Got it, man. Just send me the mile marker.
Man, so we're gonna take off in May, and probably a lot of people know this, but my daughter's having a baby in May in North Dakota. So my wife will be there for the entire month of May, and then I'll be there the last 2 weeks. I'll get back just in time, I think, to go cook Fort Davis. And then I highly doubt I can get more time off to go back to Montana. You know what I mean?
Man, you don't need that job, man. Don't need it. But if you can, I highly recommend it. But man, outside of that, dude, I'm really gonna hit West pretty hard, man. I'm so close, you know. Man, I'm already halfway there, 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah, right.
For some reason, I thought, you know, California. You hear California, I'm like, oh God, it's 20 hours away. Man, I looked on the map, man. It's 10 hours.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
10 hours to get you to the valley. I said 10 hours to get you to the valley.
Hey, and that's another one, dude. I think I told Kyle this. I know I've told my other Texas buddies this, but man, I'm going to the valley. I don't know if it's this year, man, for whatever it is. It's like in my mind, it's like this enchanted place that I'm going to get destroyed at. I know, but man, I'm going to go down there and cook it, dude. I need to go down there. I want to go down there so bad. So if anybody knows of something coming up in the next 60 days, let me know. I'll be there.
Shit, they have 2 every weekend. More than 2.
or one that I should really not miss. You know what I mean? But yeah, so
do you have like a preference on what sanctioning body or anything like that you cook, or is it just something like maybe what's close to you, or does it go by region? Like, what are you looking at?
I'll go anywhere. The guys that do know me, I'll go anywhere. Last year, 2 years ago, I cooked one contest in Yuma, Arizona, and then the next weekend I cooked in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'll go anywhere. But KCBS, obviously, right? I mean, it's what I'm comfortable with. It's where I made my name. But I do I want the challenge. I mean, it's different. For me to go cook a CBA or an IBC, or just when I went to the Houston Rodeo, it was a challenge because I'm used to 30-minute turn-ins, and then a rodeo, you don't even know when your turn-in time is until the day prior, so it was, and I just want to be challenged. I think sometimes I'm not trying to sound arrogant, like, it's so easy, but once you do it at a high level, man, all it is just repeating. That's all it is. Just man, do what you did last week. Do what you did. Right. But some guys will go down to one drum in KCBS, Some guys will go, man, I'm a drum cook, but I'll go cook on a Jambo just to try to make it a little bit more
challenge themselves. Yeah, they just challenge themselves.
I'm excited, man, to cook, to cook a little bit more out here with you guys, man, and just learn all the tricks that you guys know, like Kevin Hernandez with his little nuggets, man. I'll tell you what, dude, I've been working on those. They look like shit, but damn it, boy, they're fucking tasty.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you miss cooking Texas. So
yeah, I mean, I tell you what I miss about Texas barbecue is I miss the people in Texas barbecue. I always talk man, Kansas City barbecue, like KC specific, man, it's clicky out there. And I had a business out there, so I spent a lot of time out there. Great friends of mine, awesome people. But man, it is very, very, people have their groups, and I'm sure the same way out here, but it's just, I feel like a lot of times, man, people are just a little bit more approachable. We talked about cooking. Who cooked in Amarillo last weekend?
Anthony.
Yeah.
So I did that at the Yellowhammer. I did it whenever it was a KCBS for the Johnny Trigg. You know what I mean?
Right.
Man, those dudes bent over backwards over there. We were in that little dust bowl that had all the buses that were flipped over. Crazy. I took a buddy with me. He's like, man, what's up with this place? I said, this place is awesome. And yeah, it was just cool, man. Just, a lot of people ask me if I travel so much, do I change flavor profiles, and I don't. We always talk about good barbecue is good barbecue. If you cook it right, I think the rest will kind of come into play. The only places I will avoid is like Georgia and Alabama. Man, I've gotten hammered down there. I'm talking turning in like world championship quality barbecue and just gotten fucking hammered. Like I felt like you, Serge, man, it wasn't second to last, but it wasn't far off,
Right.
And it's just like anywhere else, man. Man, if they don't like it, I ain't going back, I'll go back. And 3 or 4 times after that, man, I'll go somewhere else. You know what I mean? But for some reason, and I'm from that state, but it just goes to show, maybe there it's a little bit more regional. Maybe there it's a little touch more vinegar than I like, maybe.
Right.
Man, I won't even go visit my mom. They don't like me that bad.
Man, so is there more cook-offs in Texas than all of KCBS, or is it just me?
No,
I feel like
Yeah.
there's a shit ton of fucking cook-offs in Texas, and then I'll look through the KCBS website, and there won't hardly be anything, certain months and shit. And when I do find them, they're like, a lot of the KCBS seem to be like $5,000 payout, $7,500 or whatever, right? And you look here in Texas, almost every weekend you can find at least $10,000 payout, right?
100%, man. It was funny. Reagan and I were talking earlier today, and he was telling me about wherever him and Sure Shot were at last weekend. And he goes, Josh Hale hit a first place chicken that paid $3,000.
Yeah, I think that was Weatherford.
Weatherford.
Yep.
Weatherford.
I know.
Good Lord. But I'll tell you this, man, and this is a fact. The reason that Texas, I think, has so many more cook-offs, one, man, you guys were raised like this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a smoker. Everybody had a drum. Everybody had a stick burner. Great barbecue restaurant. So it's more ingrained in your culture than somebody from California, Colorado, Minnesota, right? We only really have Missouri, Kansas, Carolinas that maybe grew up that way. But I think also the reason for that is, man, Texas is no fucking nonsense, right? If you want to go have a cook-off in some parking lot and raise money for the high school marching band, the city is going to get behind it. What I noticed, we never had one contest in the city of Denver because there's so much red tape, right? I mean, we need your permits. Do you have the right hand washing station? Is that recycled paper that you're using for the boxes? I mean, it's like, just let me go cook, man. Mm-hmm. And I think you guys are just kind of more, blue collar, just grassroots family. Let's bring the community together. Let's get around something. Than about the bullshit, right? About the red tape and the permits and all that. So I think that might have something to do with it too.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna miss Colorado or what?
I'll tell you this, man. I'll miss the people in Colorado. I lived in Colorado for 10 years. You can ask my wife, all my friends that are around here. Man, I never liked Colorado. I just had really good friends there, and I had a great business, and I had great times. But it was the people that kept me there more so than, like I said, I'm not up there. I'm not skiing. I damn sure ain't going hiking. Man, I like the air condition. But I tell you what, I didn't like. So I didn't like the wind this week, right? That was annoying. I didn't like the sand. But yesterday, right, we have a little barbecue at the house. My wife's family comes over, whatever, making some taco. We're getting after it, man. And I said, damn, I'm almost out of liquor because I hadn't unpacked that portion of my house yet, the liquor cabinet. And I said, man, I'll just run up to the store. Well, it's Sunday. Why can't I get a bottle of tequila on a Sunday? I had to drive to New Mexico.
To Mexico. That's
right. Winners, baby.
Manuel made a great point. He said, fuck Osage City. So whenever he was running really, really hard in KCBS, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, it was whenever like Lee Hickle started, whenever a lot of you guys were coming from IBCA before CBA and then started cooking with us in KCBS. That's how I met all those guys, right? I just see them, man. They were super friendly, and man, some of them needed some help. Like they just had questions, like gunless deals, how to build a box, chicken thighs as opposed to a half chicken. Mm-hmm. So I really became real close with those guys. And one year me and Manuel went out there and we were cooking really good at that time, at that whole year. Fred came out there, Lee Hickle, Kit Parton. I mean, there was about 7 or 8 of us, man, that were just banging them out right then. But all our food was a little similar. And man, we sat on our hands, not out of those 8 or 10 people that were in our group or whatever. Dude, we didn't get one walk the whole weekend, man. And that's why he said, man, fuck Osage City. So, but it's funny because people will say, man, it's the greatest contest on the planet, and it's like, is it though? Same with the Jack. Man, I got friends that they own the Jack, Man, man, I can't even get a top 20 at the Jack. But I tell you what, I know my way around that American Royal stage. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird, you know, how things work. But it kind of goes back to, you know, I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason, man, but go where they like you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. St. Angelo for me.
There you go. Now you just need to get one every week there, okay?
Oh man.
So
go ahead.
When you get set up in El Paso in your shop and shit, you're gonna be putting on classes there too?
Oh yeah, we'll do it all, man. I tell you, here's what the good news is, man. If I feel like it, you know what I mean. That's kind of the beauty of it, you know. Is just we'll just see what happens. I mean, like I said, the real estate is so cheap here from a commercial rental space, man. It's almost like, if nothing else, man, like I got a place to put all my stuff, you know what I mean? Or just man, have a little man cave, you know, and if we make a couple bucks out of there, great.
Yep.
Well,
Albert's out of New Mexico too, taco killer. So
yeah, I was supposed to meet up with him today, but I had a meeting with my accountant, and we were going to meet up at this place called Timmy's, and Timmy's is a good spot, but I'm going to catch up with him on Friday. So I'm going to have him do a lot of content, stuff like that. But he's a cool dude. He wasn't doing barbecue when I was here the first time. I met him subsequently after the fact, you know, just because he's always around, you know. He's a great barbecue ambassador too. He is, and he's
right on, definitely
talented, man. And
he's awesome.
Talented.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so I'm excited to work with him and just get to hang out, man, and just connect with folks that I used to back in the day, man.
Really?
Oh, right on, brother. Yeah. I think the only other cooks I know that is that Joe from Joe's Pit Barbecue out of that area. But
Smoking Joe.
He was. I was telling Kyle this. So Joe and I had been friends this whole time because where we lived at the first house. Remember, I just built this house, right? So I didn't live here the last time. So I lived on the east side of town. The last time I was here, Joe lived in the same neighborhood. I mean, we were neighbors.
Oh, wow.
So, and I remember if you go back to like his second or third video, it's a brisket trim video in my kitchen there. And I'm on his channel. This is in 2017, probably.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah, so him and I go way back, man. And what that dude's done, you know, from how he's grown that channel to 300,000 followers, man, is impressive, you know.
For sure.
He's a backyard. He's a home cook, you know. I mean, he did obviously start that Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue, the food trailer. But he's went with me to KCBS to the Lubbock Red Raider back in like 2018. He went with me somewhere in near New Braunfels and cooked an IBCA contest. But it's just not his thing. I mean, he's a great cook. He could probably be an awesome comp cook. Man, it's just not for everybody, you know. But man, he's a hell of a cook and an even better guy. Honestly, he's one of the coolest cats I know. And everything you see from him on social media, on YouTube, man, that's just Joe, dude. I mean, he's super laid back, family guy, got a great wife, great daughter, man. He's just a cool dude. So I'm excited to connect with him next week.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We've been talking about getting him on the show. So
yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I definitely recommend having him on. I mean, he's got a great following, but just a great dude, a great story, and just a solid stand-up dude.
Awesome.
So you're looking at making it back up to the Red Raider this year?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I haven't. I'd say avoiding it, but I've been choosing not to go. One, because it's Lubbock in August, right?
Yep.
And it sucks. And two, I mentioned Montana. They have another great event in Montana in a town called Bozeman, which is literally right in the Yellowstone Park. You know, so for me to go there, it was 8 hours to go to Lubbock, or it was 8 hours to go to Montana, where it's 75 degrees and I can be in the grass.
Montana.
Oh man.
But
That's
this
not a
year,
hard. That's not a hard one.
I'm definitely going to Red Raider for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, I was reading somewhere not too long ago that El Paso was actually they're starting to bring a lot of fucking money into El Paso here lately, and a lot of people are moving there, and the city's fucking growing, and there's a lot of big stuff going on in El Paso.
It looks different, man. I mean, it's still brown and dusty, you know, but you can definitely tell there's definitely some money pumping in here. Like housing rates have obviously they've gone up everywhere, but I mean, man, what you used to be able to get a house here for it and what you can now, but and I think a lot of it too, man. I mean, Fort Bliss is freaking huge, man. A lot of folks don't know that's the largest military installation in the U.S. It used to be Fort Hood and Killeen, but I guess I was on Fort Bliss today doing some stuff. Man, they had a Buffalo Wild Wings there. They had a Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
They had a beer, an Irish bar there. They had an Under Armour. I mean, it was like, and of course, like me being old school Army, right? I'm like, they don't need this shit. They don't need this, you know. That's why they're soft.
Just put up barracks. That's what you're saying.
That's all you need, man. Give them a cot and maybe a little shelter half, you know. But man, that's why.
All I know, that was the first time I ever had my barbecue trailer sniffed by dogs and stuff. You know what I mean? Going into the facility and stuff. You know, I was like, wow. We showed up there. Sure enough, they had their own B-dubs and everything there. I was like, wow, we're like basically in the parking lot there cooking. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
I know. And it was funny. I was walking around. You know, the military standards, man. You're supposed to be a lean, mean fighting machine. You know. And then I was walking around in that area today, Soldiers Crossing or whatever it's called. Man, I seen a bunch of overweight soldiers. I said, it's not their fault. I said, they need to take away all this mess. They'll be back to the way they were.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to see what you do over there in El Paso, man. It sounds like you're excited to be back there and bring the barbecue love back over there, man. So I'm excited for you guys to what you got going on, what you got coming up over there in El Paso. You're only 4 hours from us, man. You get that shit set up, we'll come fucking hang out and
dude.
Put on a cook or something, dude. We'll be over there, man, for sure.
For sure. And man, I'm gonna be shooting up to the Midland Odessa area. You know, I mean, I've got deep ties with John and Adrian at Midland Meat Company, man. I still think, dude, they have. Although I cook A9s and all that, man. If you're talking to me about a steak, I don't think there's a better steak in the country than Midland Meat.
Nope.
I agree.
Their Hereford Wagyu Cross, man. It is, and that's why if you look at it, I think it's awesome. Anytime you see like Aaron Leslie or any of these cats go down to these San Antonio Rodeo or something like that, where they have to cook like a steak entry, man, those Midland Meat steaks or the dudes cooking them, man, they're tearing that shit up 1 through 5 every time.
Yeah.
And they're great cooks. But man, I tell you what, if you start with a good product like that, dude, it's hard to beat.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh, definitely. Even with like a tier 2 steak, man, that's solid. I'll take that any day.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I tell you, man, that outside skirt they got. Oh my God, that's stuff
phenomenal,
unreal. Oh, so good.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I got a buddy, man. His name's Carlos, and he's from Colorado, man. And he used to work with me up the shop there, man. And we sold their beef, and I wanted to have a good steak option that wasn't Snake River. I mean, just something that people hadn't tasted before. And I remember whenever I was living out here the first time, man, I came across that little storefront they had, and man, I stopped in there and I was like, holy, I feel like gold mine, right? And so whenever we had started selling meat at our stores up there, and I said, my business partner asked me what meat I wanted. And I said, man, I got this ranch. I said, I don't know if they sell it to anybody, but I'll make the phone call. And we sold it up there for almost 6 years, And that guy, Carlos, he got hooked on this outside skirt. And he taught all of the classes for my company. Man, did a great job. He just loves education and stuff. But man, he always he had to have that Midland Meat Company, whether it was a skirt, beef plate ribs. Those are another banger. Emmanuel mentioned the beef cheeks. I mean, Wagyu beef
He be
cheeks.
clapping them too, man. Shoot. And man, they come out delicious, man. You ever had his beef cheeks? They're awesome.
I have. I got a recipe. I got the salsa. I'm making them actually next Saturday. So,
Right.
so I'm excited.
He said he'd be clapping. Hilarious.
Sorry, I got a new dog on. So I moved here Monday. I got a new dog Sunday.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So this was probably one of the poor decisions of my adult life, and there's many. But so I had this dog for about 14 years, man. God, I'm gonna get teared up on here, and she passed away probably 3 months ago, and so my wife is sad. I'm obviously sad. We already had a different lab. We're lab people. And the English labs, the big stocky ones that look like CB. And so my wife was convinced that my dog needed a dog. You know what I mean? And so I said, well, let's wait till we get down there. Wait till we get settled. I don't want to dick around with this dog during the move. And then I looked at my
next thing
I know, we find a breeder in southern Colorado. So I said, man, let's just swing down there on the way and pick up the dog. The worst decision, man. I got boxes everywhere. This thing's chewing on everything, but yeah. So got a new dog, so that's what you heard.
My wife's been hitting me up for one too, man. And oh, dude, she's like, "Let's go look at these puppies." I'm like, "Nah, we're not looking at no puppies." Because the next thing you know, we're gonna have a fucking puppy in the car.
And looking at puppies like looking at a new barbecue pit. If you look at it, you're probably gonna leave with it.
Yeah, you're gonna leave with it for sure. For sure.
Man, we got 3 big ass fucking boxers, dude. And when you talk about how much we travel for barbecue, man, it's expensive as fuck to have somebody come let your fucking dogs out, or if you try to take them motherfuckers, dude. 3 60-pound dogs in the backseat of a truck with the kids. It's a fucking pain, bro.
It is a pain. And then you're like, man, to board, 2 or 3 different dogs, I would take them to this place down the street from my house, man. I mean, they're getting like $120 a dog per day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, well, can they stay in the same kennel? I'm like, hell yeah, they can. Your roommates.
Like a hotel room.
And then you're like, dang, man, I walked away with, $1,500 from this contest. And then you're like, well, fuel, dog expenses, tequila, man, it adds up.
Kind of evens out, right?
You break even.
If you're lucky, right?
You're right.
Yeah,
right.
man. So we're excited to be back down here, man, for sure. And excited to connect with you guys, man. And if there's a contest that you guys think I should be at or I don't know about, man, let me know. I would be happy to come cook alongside you guys for sure.
Yeah, you just missed Weatherford. Just missed Weatherford last week, so that was the big one.
I could have used one of them first place checks, man. That move ain't cheap.
Oh shit.
I think last year, what Weatherford, that steak paid $3,100 or something like that. I think everything at first place paid $3,100.
Shit, even 15th through 11th paid $500.
My ninth place chicken paid me $800.
Woo.
So.
Damn. I know we were talking about like KCBS. I'll tell you where never to cook. Don't cook in California, man. Man, I don't know what it is, but one, it's hard to get pork out there because they have this rule, and I'm sure I'll mess it up, but they can't import pork. Like they can't bring in like something from Iowa. It has to be raised in California. But even worse than that, man, I've won contests in California, dude. $800 GCs. Not
wow.
Literally.
The pork has to be a Soreño?
Yes, it does.
Damn.
Oh man, California.
But when I would go, I would bring like a Yeti 200 or whatever it is, and all these teams were just, I'm over there smuggling pork in. And every time I went to the little station, they're like, "You got any vegetables or yeah."
No, sir. Oh shit.
But yeah, but I said, you heard me say I'm going back to California, so obviously I just don't care about that stuff. But this one I'm going to in Temecula. Temecula is like it's in Southern California, but man, it's like wine country down there, dude. So if you like good wine, which I do, it's a good spot for sure.
Right on.
Did you go cook Vegas this year?
I did not. So here's the thing. I don't know what happened. I just couldn't get it together. So I went to the Vegas cook-off just to go to Vegas, but I didn't. I just sat with a buddy of mine named Breakerhoff Barbecue Milford and Brad Leininger. I was just with them, just kind of hanging out. So, but no, I was there.
Gotcha.
I probably would have made more money if I would have cooked instead of sitting all day. But yeah.
Yeah, that was a good little contest. It was a good experience.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was awesome.
You'll be close for the Texas Barbecue Bash next. Well, when is it? Yeah, Kyle.
October.
There you go,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, we talked. Cal and I we talked about that. I'll definitely be there. Are they doing that one?
What's up, man?
I cooked the CBA in Odessa a few years ago. Is that one that do they do that every year? Or was it like that junkyard or whatever?
No, it was
like in this dude's like the awards were in this garage, and then it was like this dirt field. And I remember I was with Manuel. I cooked day one, he cooked day two.
That was Paul's, right?
Yeah, it was. It sure was.
Yeah, Paul Whitaker's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, double header.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, they didn't do it last year.
Well, what was funny about that, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but Fred won. CBA had just started, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, I would like for you to come down to this contest and cook." And I was like, "Okay, cool, man. If I can make it work." And then Maynard and I worked out a deal where I'll cook one day, he'll cook the other. We cooked out of his trailer, and but Fred won day one, and people, it was so new, right? They were like, "Man, should the president really be?" and like, I don't know who it was, but like this guy was like, he said, "Well, don't you think it's funny that the president won?" I said, "It's fucking Fred Robles, man."
Yeah.
Like some random dude off the street just won. Like, I mean, he can win wherever he wants to,
Yeah.
And so it was pretty cool. He was cooking on his Jambo, right? Day one. And so then we all had this like kind of meeting, not really a meeting, but just a hangout conversation. And we all came to the conclusion is, well, if you want to just put that to rest, why don't you cook like on 4 drums tomorrow? And he was like, okay, that sounds like fun. He won day 2.
I was there for that. Yeah. Yeah, it was like a garage. Yeah. And it was like a big old open field in the back. Yeah. I was there for that, man. Yeah.
And so I was like, I said, if you really want to make a statement, then sure enough,
Jeez.
I didn't see the guy that made the comment after awards. I was looking for him.
Man, I'm kind of looking forward. This year they're gonna have cook-off in Cuero. I think it's in June, right? That motherfucker's gonna be it's gonna be one cook-off, but they're gonna do IBCA and CBA at the same fucking time.
Oh, at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So what city is it?
Cuero.
What's that? Cuero.
Let me pull out my.
Is that one confirmed? Go.
Yeah.
How far is that from here?
What is
how
South
far it is
Texas?
from you. Yeah,
I think day 1's IBCA and day 2 is CBA, right?
It's
all
south
the
of
same
San
time.
Antonio. South of San Antonio, Chris.
Oh, I see. No, now I remember. I'm looking at my map. That one that I took Smoking Joe with me to, that was near New Braunfels, was called Gonzales, Texas. That's what it was.
Very far from here.
Cool. I think I think Bobby Delgado talked to me about me doing that and then cooking with Bubba. Like Bubba was gonna cook like one of them, like IBCA, and I was gonna cook CBA. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Kevin says it's all the same day. Oh,
Yeah,
It's all the same day.
Oh, Caesar. Yeah. Says it. Damn.
I think that's a 3 meet maybe. Anyways, it's 12-1-2 for CBA, and then 12-133 or some shit. Maybe it's 4 meet. Maybe it's 12-1-2 and 3, and then 12-130 and 3.
I said the same day too.
All right,
Yeah.
well,
I guess, yeah. Thank you, guys.
I'll look into that one.
It's good. It's gonna look like the last scene in the Warriors. Seen the Warriors?
Oh, that's awesome. That'll be awesome, man. I can't believe I did hear about it, but I haven't seen more about it. That sounds awesome, dude.
Bobby's at 4 meet. So
Am I still cooking that with Bobby, or no? What are we doing? Watch, I'll be the dead weight. Bubble, he'll win the whole freaking thing, right?
I said, if y'all two are teaming up, I'm not going.
To have a great teammate on days like that. Oh yeah,
right?
I bet. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, that's a busy day. That's a busy day.
Yeah, there's definitely got to be some strategy behind that, right? Like,
shit.
to everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Put up, right? I mean,
Yeah, Bobby said yes, sir.
all right. Well,
No.
let me know, dog. I'll fly in.
Right on.
Oh, nice. All right. I know how to cook pork, I think. Cool.
A jackpot pork category for IBCA.
Oh wow. Overall,
Very nice. All right, cool, man. I'm excited for that one.
So there'll definitely be killers out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
yep.
Sure. Are you guys going to Ruidoso or no?
Fuck no.
I'm gonna try to.
I got to. I got to represent my. I got to represent my state.
I like it, man. Cool.
I say it's only 4 hours. That's a trip to the mountains. Might as well.
There you go. I like your attitude, Sam.
Man,
And it's a KCBS. I like the challenge.
yeah, my
Caesar, that's
my
a
wife
lot.
is gonna be my wife's gonna be out of town, and I don't know that I can cook a KCBS without my fucking wife every 30-minute turn-ins.
Come join us, squad, bro. Let's have a good time.
Shit, Post is only an hour and a half from here, and they got to cook off that weekend too. So if I do cook that weekend, I'll be cooking in Post instead.
Come on, dude. Maria run both our trays, man. Come on.
You didn't get hit with the chancla there. You better be careful.
Nah, she give me go to hell. Chill out.
But she'd be able to try and she could take Kyle's because Kyle will be early, and then Anthony she'd have to run back and haul ass with his.
Late.
Where's your Kyle? Where's your youngest?
Kyle
your
crying
youngest
again.
daughter?
What's that?
You should bring your youngest daughter, man. She seemed like she was on it.
They're all going to be in North Dakota for the baby that's going to be born.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
Right on.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Fuck, I'd
hey,
love to,
Sammy,
man.
you want to bring up our little segment that we have with Chris?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what we got, Chris, is we call it the Dream Team.
Little girl. Right, my bad, man.
So you are on the team. You're part of the team. So you got you got 4 other guys that you can pick to cook with, and then a box runner. And it can be we call it the Dream Team, but it can be your Mount Rushmore. It can be 4 guys that you just like to cook with in an honorable mention, or 4 guys that you want to go to win the Jack, the Royal, just whoop everybody's ass.
All right, cool.
Any direction you want.
I will say I'll start with my box. Do I get a box builder or just a box runner?
Box runner.
No, they can do both.
All right. So my box runner is different than my box builder. So I'll just throw this out anyway. So my box runner is this cat from out here, El Paso, named Derek Hernandez. So he's another dude. When I worked at that barbecue store here years ago, man, he was just a customer. But then guess what? He lived in the same neighborhood as me and Smoking Joe. You know what I mean? It was a very cool neighborhood. So anyway, this kid, man, he's been with me for 7-8 years. And I helped him. I brought him up. You know, he came with me at the Royal. He's been with me at all the big ones, right? He's a solid dude. He's a hard worker. He gets cussed out and he's okay with it. You know what I mean? And his name is Derek Hernandez. He would definitely be my box runner. The dude is like, he's lean, like he's fast, but he's still firm, but he's still nice. You know what I mean? So like if he's in the box, he'll like tactfully to tell you to get the fuck out of the way. You know what I mean? So definitely him. Box builder right here. Carlos's wife, Christina. I think she was on here. They were both on here. So she builds the boxes, man. She's the savage with that stuff. Excellent. My dream team, man, I always keep this guy around, Milford Brinkerhoff. You guys will meet him, man. He's super cool. It's called Brinkerhoff BBQ. He's out of Denver, but he was actually born in Fort Davis, which is kind of weird. Solid dude. He's a new cook, or I say new. He's probably been around three or so years, but he's just, once you meet him, he's contagious, right? He's got that laugh where you just start laughing and don't even know what's going on. He like says the funniest shit ever. So give him a follow, Brinkerhoff BBQ. He's awesome, dude. Brad Leininger, obviously, him and I are real tight. Man, why would I not have that dude with me?
Right.
Man, I really. Manuel Moreno, he would be with me too. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. And if you know anything about Manuel, he was with me at the Houston Rodeo. Man, the dude is a selfless fucking dude. And he's always there to start popping beers. Somebody's got to start popping beers at 8 a.m., you know. and it's probably going to be him. Next, my business partner from Proud Souls Barbecue, a gentleman named Tony Roberts. Probably hadn't heard of him, but he is just, man, he's probably my best friend, you know. So nice. Got to have him on there. And I think that's it, right? Or do I get one more? That's it. So that would probably be my dream team. You know what I mean? I think the cool thing about this is there's only one dude that you ever even heard of, right? Right. But I think that's what's cool about barbecue is the fact that, like, man, I don't really care like how good you are, how well you do, if you won this, you won that. Man, I just want to be around people that I enjoy spending time with, you know. And if you happen to be good, great. But if you happen to suck, man, we'll make you better, you know. But yeah, just I go to barbecue cook-offs, man, to meet people, and it's a social event, right? And to hopefully win some stuff, you know. But if I go in there with a clear mind, I got good people around me, there's no stress, there's no drama, man, we're probably going to have a pretty good day, you know. But yeah, that's kind of the way I pick and choose who's on my barbecue team.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And that's how we met here. So
nice.
All through barbecue.
What's up, Fred?
At different points.
He heard us talking about him.
Yeah, I was just talking about Fred, I was telling him about how whenever you first started CBA and we had that cook-off in Odessa and you won day one and you felt guilty because you were the president. And you're like, maybe it's a bad look. And then if you remember, we all discussed and we said, hey, why don't you just cook on drums tomorrow? And then what'd you do? You still won.
Yeah.
I said, you son of a gun.
I remember being personally in the crowd and looking amongst my own cooks there and be like, what the hell? What are we going to do to win here? You know what I mean? In our own backyard. Damn.
I know.
It was a good time, though.
This year at the Royal, I got a second place 180 pork, you know, and you're always happy to get a 180 pork or whatever at the Royal. And then as I was walking up, I said, who the fuck could have beat me? And then sure enough, Leo Valley. But man, I always said I wasn't even mad, man. If I'm gonna lose, it's gonna be to that dude. I'm
for sure.
But you know what? I reserved it, and he finished like 11, so I got you. Anyway, but no, yeah, man, it's been a fun night, guys, and
yeah, for sure, man.
I love the show. I love what you're doing, man. Just keep it up, and whatever you guys need from me, man, you got it.
Nice,
absolutely.
Sure, thanks, sir.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Trying to bring more awareness to barbecue over here, and you know, here we are. You know, episode 32 weeks straight, and
and it doesn't look like we're slowing down anytime soon. So,
not at all, man. Yeah, you guys do a great job, and like I said, dude, whatever I can offer or do, man, I'm more than happy to.
cool.
And like I said, and be on the lookout, man. I'm gonna get some contest down here, man, and I hope to see all of you here.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Nice. So where can everybody catch up with Bushmaster?
Yes, sir. You can catch me on Instagram, Bushmaster_BBQ, or Chris Webb on Facebook. Don't even message me under Bushmaster on Facebook, man. I'm terrible at this stuff. I'm lucky I can even log in tonight's show. But I will say, thanks, I do have a new website launching. It'll be launching on April 1st. Stay tuned. It's honestly, man, I've been around a lot of websites, and I love navigating people's websites. I'm not the tech guy. I hired somebody who's really good at that, so I can focus on being really good at this, but it's going to be freaking dope. So stay tuned. There'll be a lot more stuff, I promise, but just keep watching, man, and I hope to see all you guys out here, not just in West Texas, but everywhere. So, and hopefully sooner or later, man. If you need anything, just let me know.
Hell yeah, man.
For sure.
Thanks again.
Thanks again, Chris.
Cool.
Appreciate it, Chris.
Yeah, thanks for your time, Chris.
Of course. Cheers.
Yeah, we'll talk to you.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
That was awesome.
That is great.
Yeah.
You're still sipping on leprechaun piss, sir?
Bro, I'm probably going to piss and shit like Shrek for the next 3 days, but I'll be all right.
You're going to turn into Shrek. What are you talking about?
The fuck? Not the first time I heard that. What the hell, bro?
Speaking of Chase, what do we got next week, Sam?
What is next week? I don't know. I'm on my phone, so I can't see.
Oh, you're a shitty secretary, dude.
Hey. Hey, y'all ain't been filling out the notes app.
It's fucking filled out, dude.
Oh, well, look at it. You got your phone?
I think it's Chase.
Is it
I'll
Chase?
tell you later, right?
I'll
fucking.
I don't know, man. The green beer got me, so let's hear it, guys.
Green beer got you.
Yeah, next week we got Chase, Vincent Drums.
I'll tell you later.
I'll tell you later. Barbecue from another. I don't know what the fuck do you call Lubbock? Is Lubbock West Texas, North Texas? I mean, it's all about the same, right?
We're West Texas.
Yeah. So we got another one for our West Texas month. Yeah, it'll be Chase Vincent.
Yep.
Right on.
You heard it first, Chase. If you didn't
heard
know,
it
you know
first.
now.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
All right.
Hell of a show, boys.
Yeah.
Hell of a show.
Hell of a
Good
show.
show.
Good, man. So we done?
Good call. Good call.
I think we're good. I think we can tie a bow on it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Episode 32. And we'll call this one for sure.
For sure.
Sweet, fellas.
Cool.
Yeah, thank
Thanks
everybody for watching.
and we'll see y'all again next week.
Take it easy, guys.
Later, boys.
This is Parrish Randall, and this concludes this episode of Beyond the Smoke. Thanks for stopping by, friend. We hope to see you again real soon. Until next time, happy trails. Until we talk meat again.